Hello everyone, it is TooAwesome here with another video. Now, people have been really looking forward to this show. I was too, so I think it's about time to see if it lived up to the hype or not. Is it good? Is it bad? Let's review Obi-Wan Kenobi. First thing I want to say about the show, what happened? I remember when the show was announced, how hype and excited everyone was, but now, well, I didn't even know it was airing until like week 4. Maybe that's my fault and kind of showcases areas I've sort of fallen out of the culture, but really, like, there's been no mention of it. None from my friends, no videos about it on TikTok, nothing. It's been pretty silent. Yet again, could fall on me, but I also think it's an after effect of all the shows Disney is throwing at us right now. I mean, isn't Miss Marvel going on right now too? Like, I have not heard a peep about that, along with Doctor Strange being in theaters not too long ago, and I know different studios and all, but I feel like they capture a lot of the same audiences. I don't know, I think the spacing of all these projects feels strange, but now on to the actual show. I'll be honest, I've never been a super big fan of Obi-Wan. I think he's a super dope character, especially in the Clone Wars, but there were always characters that stood out to me way more, especially Anakin. So maybe going in, I wasn't as hyped as a lot of people, especially the ones who pushed to make this show a reality. Shout out to you guys. But I think it starts off well. I like the whole undercover thing with Obi-Wan. It reminds me a lot of Cal Kestis from Fallen Order. From there, we see young Luke and Leia, and it's super dope. You hop from world to world in typical Star Wars fashion, and I really liked that underworld planet, Daiyu. I love that place. I want to see more stories in worlds like that because I am so tired of Tatooine. Please do not show me another desert, okay? Please. Ever. I also really like how the show covers Leia's backstory and fills in a few holes, because for such a major character, it's pretty wild like how little we've gotten about her. So I liked that aspect. I will say though, she was a little annoying, nothing over the top, and was pretty bearable, but at points, man, it was bad. Which brings me over to the characters. First of all, I already talked about Leia. She was annoying, but little kids are, so it's not terrible. I did like Obi-Wan's character arc in this show. I know I really wanted to see him back in his prime, but it makes a lot of sense how they built up his character epiphany and the understanding of what he went through. Like, dude has seen a lot, alright, man. He lost 2 families, his brother, basically his entire purpose. Like, it makes sense for him to feel the repercussions of his emotions. I thought the Inquisitors storyline was a little weak though. Like, sure, it makes sense, but I just didn't think she was all that threatening either. Like, sure, they did things to build up this evil character, but I don't think it was enough. Along with her character arc, I mean, when you write it out, it makes sense, and I sort of like the resolution, but I don't know, man, I'm pretty conflicted. It's like corny, not exactly out of left field, but I feel like it's also a safe option. I don't know, which brings me back to my thoughts as a whole. I'm gonna be real. I like it, but I don't think it's great. Don't get me wrong, there are some really great moments in here and some stuff that obviously had a lot of passion put into it, but a good majority of the show seems like Disney going through the motions. I don't really think there has been a live-action Star Wars project since The Mandalorian that has really had its own flair. Like, a lot of these shows have felt samey to me, and they even kind of blend with the Marvel shows. They need to have a bit more personality. I think the genres need to be played into and switched a little more. This show is branded as a space opera, so play into that. At times it did, but I want more over-the-top dramatic scenes, these insurmountable threats, hanging on by just a thread and escaping while an ever-present evil lingers. I think this could be solved by having the Inquisitors be more of a threat, but the script also has to play more into this sense of urgency and impending doom. There are plot lines here that work really well for this, like Leia's, the Inquisitors, and Obi-Wan's own arc, but they just need to be elevated and focused into more. And if you're gonna lean into that, have the overall feel be more consistent, or at least let it have sort of an increase as the story goes on, because from the beginning there were a lot of lighthearted scenes and they kind of never went away. Once you leave that initial area of safety, I feel like those joyful moments should become a little less abundant, and this could really play into Obi-Wan's character arc too, because it makes his mental state seem a lot more real and apparent in the environment around him, and with his eventual resolution, it makes it seem more powerful because he was battling against himself and the environment. That sounds so freaking sick. Please do this. Oh my gosh. It's just really watered down. The topics this show could follow are kind of dark, tense, and even a little upsetting, but if played into, they could be really moving and can be such an integral part of this show. But Disney doesn't seem to want to do that, which makes sense, you know, money-wise. It's just kind of a shame. Also, Ewan McGregor is a crazy good actor. He just keeps doing it, and he's probably the best part of this show. Overall, there are a lot of cool ideas, but I felt like they weren't played up to their potential, leaving this show, for the most part, to feel really samey and safe. I did, however, like a lot of the Easter eggs, so I will go on record saying that. But Obi-Wan Kenobi gets a 6.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but I think it could have been better, and the last few episodes, especially the last, really saved this show. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments of your own, make sure to leave them down below. Trust me, I read them. Also, look at this graph. Okay, but as always, stay awesome. TooAwesome, thanks for watching.